night is when there's a holiday, technically, because at that point, a lot of us are sleeping. And even that we're yet to feel the effect of a full 24-hour news service really hit our screens anywhere in the country.
But
maybe election time we did that.
Yeah, we did that. But interestingly, when we are asleep, the technical guys are awake.
Exactly.
Making sure that the system is still
Exactly. Because someone is working in the middle of the night and will be... No, there are guys who do actually shows till about 12.
Yes.
So, really... I'll be very honest. I have to take back my own words. There are people who run programs throughout the night. Actually,
that's true. Very.
And this is nobody texting me because when they go off at 12, there's music.
Exactly.
And between 12 and 1, some radio stations have preachers already on who are delivering people, and people are listening, and so. Technically, never. I was just using my point of view. If I expanded in terms of other media houses and all of that, then we never really go to sleep.
I think people don't appreciate in its fullness the enormity of work we do to keep them informed, entertained, and abreast with issues on a daily basis.
I mean, when a thing is with you, always
you
tend not
familiarity with what.
Contempt. It's not a contempt situation in this case, and we just have to put that on record. But we're seeking to explain that it actually takes a lot because now it's actually 24 hours. Because at dawn, whatever time you wake up, and depending on which station it is that you put your dial,
there's something on.
There's something on,
and it means that somebody's behind it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's something on, and there's somebody behind it because immediately hits dead air. Whoever is on duty, you are in serious trouble.
It means you are sleeping on the job.
Exactly. And
so if you've not heard dead in a long while, I mean somebody's awake on the job. Yeah. You should be clapping for us right now. You should be clapping
in your vehicle. In your vehicle, you can't clap, so just use one hand and do.
Oh, thank you. Clap fast.
Finger snapping and all of that. But if you're home listening from an Uber, a truck, and all that, then that one.
We really did try.
Round of applause.
We really did try.
Yeah. And I mean, it's
rain or shine, holiday or not. We there for you.
Yeah, and sometimes people cry about losing out on time with family and all of that. But I mean, it's essential service, and that became even more clearer during the COVID days.
I tell you.
You know, when doctors and nurses were being allowed to go through, journalists were also being asked to go through, and then you were like, okay.
It even highlights the fact that we would have liked to stay home too, because the uncertainty around COVID and all of that, Charlie, and yet we were in the markets, we were on the streets, we were in the bus terminal, we were in all the places we were supposed to avoid.
In fact, how do we call it? The emergency
quarantine centers?
The quarantine centers and all of that.
Who were there?
Journalists had to be draped full body armor, and then they enter so that they can tell you what it looks like. So you stay home.
Yeah, I mean, exposing ourselves to danger.
I think it was
like clap for us. It
was a good experience. I remember very well COVID. It meant that you cannot move around by yourself, and if you don't drive by then, the company has to release a vehicle, pick you up in the morning, bring you to the office, and when you're done, takes you straight home. And all of that. I mean, those were interesting times. COVID was an interesting time. I have to be very honest.
For those of us who had families, it was a mixed bag. Now you're not sure whether to interact with your family or not because you've gone out, you've been exposed, you don't know if you've contracted some. Charlie.
Yeah, I remember that difficulty. Sometimes when there's a suspicion that something may be out, then you're avoiding your family and just keeping to yourselves to ensure that they are safe. But we thank God for life. Yeah, we thank God for life and for the job that we do. I mean, which a lot of us brings us a bit of excitement. That I have to be honest. A lot of people are excited to be here every morning, and so it's a good thing. And so yeah, let's get into the news review this morning, and then we'll do our tilapia moment as well. We'll start off with our online news review. 3news.com. They are leading with reversal of U.S. visa restriction was done in Ghana's best interest, no financial consideration attached. That's the president. That's a president there. There's something else I have seen which definitely I know will interest a lot of people.
What's that?
Stop saying our wife, our husband.
Hey.
Lawyer warns Ghanaians of legal consequences.
But it's traditionally correct.
Yeah, you are being told there are legal consequences. You say traditionally correct. Let me try and get a sense of what it is that this story is seeking to tell us. They say, so the guys who say, oh, our wife, oh, our wife, oh, our husband, oh, our husband. The lawyer says, stop, in every sense of the word, because there are legal consequences. And this is Austin Kwabena Brako Powers. He will join us a lot later this morning as well, I have to mention. And he says that he's cautioned Ghanaians to desist from loosely referring to people as our wife, our husband, warning that such seemingly harmless descriptions will carry serious legal consequences under Ghanaian law. Now, speaking to 3 News on September 30, Mr. Brako Powers explained that customary law in Ghana recognizes certain relationships as marriages, even without a ring. The traditional thing you were saying, that is what is tying people's hands. Even without a ring, a church wedding, or a court certificate, provided the individuals involved behave in ways that suggest a marital union. Stop saying our wife, our husband, because guess what? In Ghana, those innocent words might actually mean you are married, even if you never said I do, the lawyer cautioned. According to him, customary law practices emphasizes not only on formalities, but also on the conduct of the parties and how society perceives the relationship. This means that if a couple consistently acts like husband and wife, and their families recognize them as such, the law may treat them as married.
But how is that the same as calling somebody our wife?
Yeah, he's explaining, because if the family
calls you our wife,
and you have not yet done the don't do.
So that validates it. Hey, then brothers are in trouble.
So I think this one doesn't say friends, but family could also mean to a long stretch. Friends could be inclusive as well.
But if your family, so basically he's saying that by calling a person our wife, or you have validated the relationship,
and they behave
as such.
They'll come and visit you small, 2 weeks, 1 week, and then they say, Charlie, your wife, I've not seen it. You are buying trouble for yourself.
I tell you.
And so just
stick to what our girlfriend. At least that's safer.
Or some of the guys like to say, my small girl.
Oh, my beloved.
No, the beloved is a strong one. Please.
It looks like it's the sister of our wife. You may want to stay away from that. Anyway, that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
So if you act as such, you are married.
So acting when you're being called our wife and then acting as such.
Wow.
Then the person, if you decide that the quantum race you no longer want it, you want a bunebune, the person can take you on. Essentially, that's what he's seeking to say.
But what is the definition then of acting? That's another one.
Sixtus will have to come and explain that to us. He's the one who is
LLB. Yes. To the bar.
Yes. He's the one who has decided to go and do all of that, and will be disturbing our ears soon enough. And I put it to you. So he should come and explain this one to us. While we wait for him to do that, some of the papers have come through as well. We just get a quick sense of what it is. It looks like for today. A beautiful picture. I think one thing I love or I've come to appreciate about the Daily Post is their pictures in terms of how they are able to carefully curate some very nice ones and slap them either on the front page or the back page as well. I see Ambassador Choi in this one. President commissions new ambassadors and high commissioners to represent Ghana worldwide. The ambassadors and high commissioners, the picture says, taking their oaths at their commissioning yesterday. President John Mahama as well congratulating the high commissioner to South Africa with concurrent accreditation to Swaziland, Mauritius, Mozambique, Lesotho and Seychelles, Benjamin Kwashi. He has all of these countries under his belt. That's interesting. At the commissioning ceremony yesterday, and that's the only big banner story. But okay, there's another one. Africa must define its own energy transition That's the Energy Minister, John Jinapua. The African Energy Week comes with a picture of him there. I'll do another one. Oh boy, I may have taken that one off. Daybreak newspaper. Burkinabe authorities block NADMO from delivery relief to refugees. You have to get details of that. Don't overstay your visas, Mahama to Ghanaians, essentially explaining one of the reasons why the visa ban was slapped on us initially. We turn sawdust at Eastern Region Police Command. We turn sawdust, that's Indian hemp, marijuana, turns into sawdust.
How?
At Eastern Region Police Command, somebody has to be answering a lot of questions in that regard. Bold ladies slam 15.
No, hold on. Weed turned into sawdust. This country now, Charlie.
Some turn into cassava powder. Some.
And the funny part is nobody will be held responsible.
Oh, we'll have to. Once this has come to the attention of the powers that be, and the powers that be being the journalists who will be saying it.
Okay,
throughout.
Sixtus is here. Well, first off, who determines it is we in the first place before it can turn into sawdust subsequently?
Oh, a test is done.
Yeah.
Once there's an arrest, one of the very first things that happens is to run a test on the substance.
There and then?
No, it cannot be there and then. I mean, the arresting officer wouldn't have been carrying the equipment around. And usually these things would come to the...
Narcotics control?
No, the other one is called Food and Drugs.
Food and Drugs Authority.
Food and Drugs or standards. I hear they have a laboratory or something. But what is important is that there's a test that is run. Not just to substantiate it, but also for the prosecution. Because if you send somebody to court, you would have to prove that indeed the substance is a hard drug and it is prohibited. So you would have to prove that. So there's a test that is run. Recall the Kokonte matter. Cocaine turning into Kokonte.
Cassava powder.
Yes. You see, Charlie, we've seen things in this land.
Because that means that the case is mute.
Oh no, but if you don't have the substance, how do you prove that the person? How do you prosecute the person?
Yeah, because you caught me and you said I was carrying.
So then it means
carrying sawdust. You said it.
You mistakenly said I was carrying. That's essentially what it means.
So it means that definitely one officer or two has been complicit and negligent. So why aren't they also being picked up?
No, normally it takes more than one.
Yeah. And that's why I said officers, because
it will take more than, because
but even now the question will be whether or not they were complicit, because to start off with, you don't even know whether it was weed or not, because
somebody would have swapped it in.
The conclusion has been drawn that it is
somebody would have swapped it in. and the swapping would have happened before the test. And they don't have the labs at the regional levels. I'm not sure they are equipped at the regional levels to be able to conduct such
and
tests.
There's no amount of eye tests.
You see, that is why I asked whether there and then, because that is what seals the deal. Assuming at the point of our arrest or between transit from the arresting point to the police station, we can determine what the substance is. We are done.
On eye test, you can.
But
no, you're not getting. No, hold
on. In terms of being able to test and
no, you can't. It's a lab
what I'm
test.
saying is that there has to be a way around it. Then we have to get more innovative.
At the point of arrest,
there should be a way to determine
maybe
that
pictures.
Prima facie, this is cocaine.
Yes.
Prima facie, this is weed.
Day on them, because I think it should be possible, because there can be we know we had those times we had COVID kits. There should be a testing kit or something that you can use there and then to determine that you know that you've nipped it in the bud. Or the police stations should have the capacity to be able to run this test on the go.
Have you seen an average police station before, Mike?
You see, it shouldn't be impossible. That's my point.
Charlie,
yes. It shouldn't be.
No. You are arguing the ideal. That, yes, you are right. It should be possible.
It should be possible.
It is usable. Let's be realistic.
That's a tricky one. It's usable.
Let's be realistic. I mean,
to the best of
Michael, I'm not disagreeing
here
with you,
because it's like lowering the standards and saying,
Charlie, forget that. Are your traffic lights working? Your traffic lights are not working. You are saying the policemen should be carrying.
So should we continue lowering the standard because the traffic lights are not working? That's what I'm saying.
Be there raising the standards. I'm just talking about the practicality of it.
And what you are saying. That's what I'm saying. We need to fix these things.
Okay.
We need to fix it. So it means that a likely criminal will walk off scot-free because the system is failing.
Of course. And it's not just about this one alone. There are instances where potential criminals will go free because of the nature of the system. So it's not just about testing drugs to confirm that they are drugs or not. You see, it's also there.
But this thing you said actually has brought something to my mind. So when a police officer catches you and alleges that you crossed the red light, what is his evidence to prosecute you on that?
So that is the argument that a lot of people have with the police on the road, especially the ones who stand at the airport traffic light. Airport and association school traffic, that intersection.
Waiting for you to cross.
They are under that tree waiting for you. And they will argue with you that you have crossed. Then you will argue that you have not crossed. They have nothing to show. But you see, I also understand. A police friend of mine told me before that they actually have access to the CCTV.
The cameras have
the cameras that there are cameras at every traffic intersection.
Yeah.
If you are a road user, you didn't know this, please know.
Oh, they've actually even tested.
They have installed. Some are not working. Yes.
No.
Some are not working.
Let me as well add this useful information. They actually are piloting the cameras being able to capture vehicles breaking traffic rules and sending fines. Some of us have got notifications. I think one of our colleagues in the office even shared one of such notifications. It was not a fine. It was a test run being done, and then they sent details of him that you jammed or did something.
Harry announced this.
So I'm just adding that as useful information that yes, the cameras at the traffic light, a vast majority of them should be working, and so if you are flouting road traffic regulations, you could actually be sent a fine.
If you jam the red light, and indeed the announcement that came under Dan Parry was that you won't even get the opportunity to stand there and be arguing with the police. I recall that announcement. You would drive away. In your mind, you have successfully crossed the light. You are busier and in a hurry more than the rest of the road users. But by the time you get back to your house, you would have the details of your offense and the attendant charges attached.
And the amounts with which you are supposed to pay in terms of fines.
Exactly. And then that would be channeled to you. At the time we had a conversation, the questions that kept coming up had to do with location, our address systems and location. How do I know that Mawuena lives at number 23 Kanda or Michael Obodu is at 17 Oyoko Street? How would you know that?
I've seen a sample of the message they've sent. It didn't really rely on... a lot of that was a vehicle registration and who owns the vehicle amongst many others. So I even saw persons making jokes that if you take your father's vehicle and you run the red light and you say you didn't take it, they will send him a message for him to know that his vehicle at this time, at this road, at this particular spot, broke this rule. And this is the fine.
And you will not be answering to the rule that you broke. You'll be answering to where you were at that time.
Even the education, if you want to challenge that fine, you have to pay it first before you go and challenge it. And if you can provide the evidence, if you can be doing the back and forth of going back to have a 400 cedis or 500 cedis fine. Because if you don't pay, then it will be
increasing.
Yeah. Anyway, on a lighter note, I went to my car yesterday, parked outside the public car park space, and there was a note attached to it. When I put it out, I said, "This car scratched your car. I saw him." This is like and wrote the car number and then wrote his number too. Say, I saw him, red car, scratch your car. And I went and I saw on the side, there's a red dent on there. But I'm going to run a check on the number to get the car number, to get the number of the person. Say somebody caught you.
And that's
our system is actually let me use the word robust cautiously.
Yeah.
Our system is robust. And a lot of the road offenses, we shouldn't be standing by the roadside arguing with the policeman. And some of them too, when it happens, their only interest is really not in enforcing the law, but in other other things.
Say it.
That is what I have said.
Your arguments are four flats.
So they are sitting under the bus stop, those sheds there.
But that thing is even legal
for you,
because like you are. Isn't it entrapment?
You go and argue and trap.
There was one. Let me show you.
Argue and trap. See whether you leave there. You leave
one
the place.
interesting one. You see the Legon Presec school. You see the traffic light in the middle works, but the one on the service lane at the outer part doesn't work.
No, there's no light there actually. The service lane.
The
one that you take right in front of Presec gate.
Actually, there's a traffic light there, but it's not working.
So the traffic light, I think, serves both lanes.
But if the one on that side is not working, am I to assume that one covers? Do you get the argument? Because there's no traffic light on that portion.
You mean on the Legon bound side?
No,
that
the other side.
Light there, it works.
It works.
But the Atomic Junction bound side.
No, the Atomic Junction bound side. You see, there's a median
there's a
in
main
between.
road and there's a service lane.
And there's a median in between. On the median, there's a traffic light there, but it's not working. That's to serve the service lane.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, check. It's not working. So my point is that if it is not working, is it my job to assume that it works in tandem with the main traffic light, so I must stop when it gets there?
No, Michael, I don't think there's a traffic.
There is.
See, the service lane is.
Do you know why I know it's there?
Because you run into trouble.
They have catch you before.
And you see, they will come in that their blue black car.
I catch you.
And their uniform is already not even helping. And they are hiding in the trees. Once you cross, hey, my friend, I catch you. But my point is that if the traffic light is not working,
provide a bit more in terms of your presence.
No, I've had a similar encounter with a policeman at the airport intersection before, the place I was described, the association side. I've had, this was the election time when we were doing 24-hour coverage. I'm tired, I'm driving. I was even driving slowly because I'm tired. I was trying to go home. Then this man came out and said,
you were driving slow, and then you were really tired.
No, I was tired.
He's a Formula 1 driver.
I don't see you are on air.
I then to office in 15 minutes.
Formula 1 driver.
I put it to you.
We are on air.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So this policeman says, you jump the red light. And as usual, I no jump. He say, you jump. I say, officer, I beg you. Like, I'm tired and I'm not in the mood for this thing today. Like, we can do it another time when I'm not tired.
But today, I beg you.
Today is not the day. I beg you. Let's not do this. He said, but you cross the red light and you say we shouldn't talk about it. I said, but I'm not. Okay, where is the camera? The footage. You show me the footage. You want to show me my job? That'd be where the conversation changed.
Oh, my brother.
You want to teach him his job?
I want to teach him his job. I said, what they do, they watch the last car to cross.
As if you knew what I was coming to say.
They are there, they are watching the cars. And you see, normally the cars are in you more like move in a lane.
Yeah.
Not lane, in a
row.
In a row.
Yeah.
Row is the word I'm looking for. And if there's a car that is slightly behind the last one, the last row, then all the other cars behind stop. You are a candidate for jumping red light. They'll stop you.
Let me even say it like, you see the UPSA junction traffic light, the one that takes you to UPSA. So far as you are the last car, you have jumped. My brother, so far as you are the last car, you see them, my friend.
And the way they stop you,
you've
jumped. No.
And if you don't stop, then a motorbike is.
It's like
it's chasing you.
See, it's like what's it called? It's on autopilot. Once the traffic light turns green and it turns red, the last person is caught.
Because the fact is that where they stand at the airport side, they can't see the light.
Yeah.
Where they stand, they don't see the light.
They will catch you.
So they'll just use some calculation. Okay, if 3 cars have passed,
no
and there's one
if you are the last car, you are calculating.
So long as you are the
road traffic.
See, it is worse for you if you sped across. The assumption is that because you are crossing, you are speeding. So I think the system is, the infrastructure is there.
Yeah.
The Ghana police just has to be able to deploy that infrastructure to effectively manage the traffic for us. That's all. And stop all these harassments on the road.
And to be very honest, I don't know why it's not been rolled out in full just as yet, because I recall the last time I saw that pilot phase message, we should have gotten updates as to whether or not we're done with our test piloting phase and that we're moving on to full implementation amongst many other things, because that will reduce a lot of the arguments and I didn't jump it.
Evidence is the name of the game. You know, but you guys talking about all of this, have you noticed nothing has been said about the Accra Intelligent Traffic Management Project for a while now? After the whole judgment,
that's actually what is supposed to.
Yes, that's actually what the project we are talking about.
That's actually the project.
But funny
that
enough,
infrastructure was rolled out under that project.
So you know there was some judgment debt issue on it. It was initially given to one company and then taken away from them, and then it was taken.
The honourable now Minister for Roads had raised a lot of issues about it and the judgment debt that was looming.
Has there been any update on that since it was taken to court? Nothing has been said.
Yeah,
because there were issues about the likely judgment debt on it. And you know, interestingly, if you look at the details of that project and how it was going to be implemented, it meant that our traffic system will not be the automated start and stop, but it will be data driven. So the traffic lights now work based on demand. So which area has the highest traffic situation, that place will be given priority when it comes to traffic flows, which would have helped manage the traffic situation in the country. And yet, because of politicization of everything, here we are, something that we should have been benefiting from by now. It means that, assuming it was peak traffic time for those commuting back to, for instance, Adenta, when the traffic light turns green, they will be giving more priority over the other side that is apparently empty or of less use to people, because that is the opposite side of traffic. I would have made life.
On this one, I have to comment a certain policeman. I don't know his name. He's always in helmet and police jacket, the Opunglo side. So normally, I don't know how, he and I are always on the road at the same time. So he would take us all the way from the Medina side. You see, Medina, there's usually some needless gluts there. Because of the Zongo Junction.
Yeah.
The trotro drivers will take half of the road.
I thought they fixed that thing.
See,
remember?
IGP Yohono, we beg you, deploy policemen to the Medina Zongo Junction. Let them deal with the trotro. They are causing us a lot of headache. Charlie, you can be in that traffic from Atomic Junction to Zongo Junction. You can be there for over 1 hour. And by the time you get to Zongo Junction, it is just some trotro drivers who have taken more than half of the road. And they are parked there, they are loading and offloading, they are not minding anybody, and they are just there. In the mornings, it is even more annoying.
The worst part is if you want to use the U-turn. Oh my God.
Yes.
That U-turn is very frustrating.
But I thought it was handled during this month's tenure, because I remember they put some barricades. Yes,
Regional Minister Michael
Henry
Cote.
What happened to that? There were barricades and all of that. Are they still there?
No, you see, what he did was to clear the place and put policemen there to ensure that the behavior was enforced.
Charlie.
But the moment the policemen were withdrawn, we went back to as you were.
But in all of this, I want to ask the question: what happens to the municipalities' security personnel?
I don't
because
think
they have men who are there taking money. No, I'm making a point. I'm not saying.
But actually, Mawuena has a point, because see these things.
I've seen those guys too.
They are present, taking money.
I've seen them as well.
A few of them.
But my point is that we need policemen at that intersection to, you see, because I'm on radio, I don't want to say what I want to say.
Then to
enforce a certain behavior. Because look, the trotro drivers at that place, they are the cause of 99% of the traffic on the from Reese Junction, from Reese Junction to Atomic Junction. So if you are coming from the Legon side, from Atomic Junction to Reese Junction, the trotro drivers are the cause of 99. They are 99.9%.
I know too well about the challenges of Medina. It's one of the areas I actually really dread.
I use it every morning, afternoon, and evening, and it is not cool. You can get to Atomic Junction as late as 8 p.m., 9 p.m.
and there's
heavy traffic.
Yeah.
I mean, how?
particularly on the weekdays.
Anyway, I was commending some policeman that I don't know his name. So he would usually move with us from Zongo Junction. I think he lives at the Adenta area.
So he helps clear the traffic.
He clears the traffic.
How?
So the thing Michael was talking about, yes. So he goes ahead, he watches the traffic, then he stops the traffic on the other side and allows us to move. Because the weight of the traffic is actually on the other side in the morning.
But the police,
everybody's moving.
So it's not like he's on duty. He's just being.
No, it's not like. I think he's also going to work.
Yeah. You are benefiting from.
Yes.
No, but I must say, I must say that the police actually is doing some good work in that regard, in traffic management along some of the very busy places. So I know the Awoshibanya traffic light, for instance, in the mornings, police officers are the ones ensuring that the flow of traffic is managed, because if you leave it to the traffic light,
not working there.
No, not that it's not working, but the nature of the traffic is such that there are two places. If you are coming from Kaswa headed towards La Paz, heavy traffic, and then from persons who are coming from Awoshi towards either La Paz or headed to Kaswa and the likes, there's heavy traffic there as well. And so every morning you find police personnel there who are directing traffic and help that persons are able to move through as quickly as possible, because in the mornings mostly persons who are moving from La Paz headed towards Kaswa, the traffic volume is not so great. It's more towards headed towards La Paz, Kaswa, or from Kaswa going to La Paz and the likes. And so they help. I've seen them at Mala Market, the Dansuman traffic light. I see them at a number of places. And so perhaps the Medina Zongo Junction has to be a consideration as well in terms of being able to manage the traffic. Let me finish.
Medina Zongo Junction. We need policemen stationed there.
Yes.
Let them deal ruthlessly with any.
But there are always officers there. Usually they manage the traffic in the morning.
No,
in managing the traffic is what I'm asking for, so that the concern Sixtus raises can also be dealt with, and that's on traffic management.
Before you move on, Mawuena, finally, this idea to the Ghana Police Service, I hope they buy into it. How about we position officers where the traffic zones are, give each of them a quota, and allow traffic to flow non-stop on the peak side for, say, 10 minutes. Imagine that for 10 minutes.
It's all clear.
Clear from Adenta all the way to.
Please, that's reserved for special.
You see, we have to be very practical here. Imagine that from.
You can only do that up to Standards Authority, because the people coming from East Legon, American House, Ghana.
Michael, do you know what it will mean? Do you know what it will mean to be at the other end for 10 minutes and your vehicle hasn't moved?
Let me land. Okay, let me land, and you get the picture I'm trying to paint. Now the point is this. Priority. Which part of the road needs the flow? It's the part that has traffic. Now, one of the things that is inhibiting the flow is the frequent stop and goes. If we take that off and we say for 10 minutes, non-stop flow from Adenta to, let's bring it to maybe the runabout over here.
Sankara.
Let's say Sankara, or even take it a bit further to maybe National Theatre area. If you didn't have to stop in traffic, Sixtus here can attest to it, you can actually move from Adenta to town in 15 minutes. So it means that cars
half of everything is the traffic lights.
So it means that if we give that 10 minutes window, cars moving from Adenta and Medina can reach town in 10 minutes. So why not open it intermittently? Give them 10 minutes of non-stop flow into town.
No. This your suggestion. We have to put it on, we have to put it on paper and then expand and understand what it will mean. Because when you open traffic for one lane for 10 minutes, do you know what it means to be waiting at the other side?
It is just 10 minutes.
No,
but once it is
not just 10 minutes.
It will affect.
That's why.
Let me finish explaining the concept.
An emergency at the other side.
There's always an exemption to the rule. But my point is that when you open
it won't even affect. So if you open the Medina Legon side, those on the Legon Medina side will also move. Those who cannot move would be those...
The intersections.
Yes, those who are moving, and from Okonglo, you are turning into Legon.
Exactly.
You will not be able to move. And well, there's a hospital there, so if you have to move.
That's why I'm saying that. Of course, we can always fine tune it, but the point is that it doesn't.
No, that's why I'm saying that it needs to be put on a table and fine tuned.
But there's a place
so
for
that
it.
we'll begin simulations.
Those ones there, we can always.
Because
remember that if you give 10 minutes to the main traffic flow, and after 10 minutes you give 5 minutes for the intersections to also go.
10 minutes is a lot of time to save somebody's life or other.
The solution. Just give us trains. Let Abiam park his car in
the moment you don't have trains.
Let Abiam park his car in Ebri and catch the train that is flying from Koforidua to Accra. And he parks his car in Ebri, sits in that train. 5 minutes or 10 minutes he's in the office.
That's all.
And life goes on.
Oh, today who is delving in ideals? I thought you said we should face the fact. I thought you said we should face the fact.
Let me finish the news review. I beg you. Let me finish the news review. So bold ladies slam 15 pro Bawumia MPs because the both of you are always arguing over something. Let's finish the newspaper so that we'll continue. Next NPP government to complete Agenda 111 projects. That's according to Bawumia. It will be interesting. He doesn't have hope in the fact that it will be completed under this administration. The National Enquirer, a Black, White, Elvis and Smith spotlight Pan-Africanism at global conference in the U.S. Jakpa's explosive petition drags Damit to CID today. He's actually making an appearance today. That will be
former attorney general.
Yes, the former attorney general. Whole security raid scandal deepens amid alleged cover-up plot. Professor Opoku Agyemang highlights Ghana-China partnerships 24-hour economic policy. TIB slams fourth estate over unethical, misleading NLA KGA report. Gender Ministry police move to arrest dismiss KNUSC SHS headmaster.
The archives, Mahama Care's tour uncovers crisis in major hospitals, broken equipment, specialist shortage, and failing infrastructure exposed nationwide. Sensational 3 billion Ghana cedis report on NLA KGL deal flawed. CIBI slams fourth estate, insists there was no wrongdoing. 2 soldiers, 2 civilians arrested in Ford robbery at Prestia. And for this particular story, I'm hoping the Ghana Armed Forces can release a statement to clarify if these guys are
actually they are men. Because I saw video footages of them being asked to mount the bucket of a pickup.
In military uniform, we need clarification on that. From gravel to bank, Tamale Hospital ghost enjoys 1.5 million Ghana cedis salary in 26 months. Hey,
someone, I think Sports Obama asked some very important questions in the aftermath of that they had approved salaries up to 1.something million cedis, and yet that same hospital didn't have critical equipment to go about their business. Yet the persons who complained are the ones who were approving. Because the person was dead, they were at the person's funeral, and yet they were approving the salaries every month.
And you see, that's my issue with this public accounts committee thing. It's becoming. Let me hold my. But my point is that why aren't people going to jail for these things? Why aren't people being sanctioned? Why must it always be retrieve and pay? Even if they do, we don't really know. Why isn't somebody? This is criminal. Why isn't somebody behind bars and we come and apologize and we should go on like nothing happened? 1.5 million, and somebody will be jailed for stealing plantain. Are you? Romance scam, cyber crime won't be tolerated. That's according to President John Mahama. The New Republic, the team make a
the 1 point something.
Charlie.
Oh, I mean, you are not coming to that. Oh, it was red hot. I think over the was it over the weekend or earlier this week?
No, I think I saw it. I think I was the chairperson of the committee who was probing the issue. But my point is that let's go beyond that. You see, if sanctions are not applying, you heard in China right now, somebody will be executed for collecting bribe. I was saying that if we apply that law in Ghana, how many politicians will be left? Anyway.
Not just the politicians.
Exactly. Because this is not a politician. This is not a politician, actually.
True. The New Republic. NLA defenders fight back. Ewuku and Business Chamber defend financial dealings. State land sold to multiple companies. Chief Director faces Yoko probe. Ghana AIDS Commission to introduce HIV preventive drug. Inflation drops to 9.4% in September, first single digit in 4 years.
And that's quite interesting in terms of economic management. 9%, 9 point what?
9.4%.
9.4%. We are targeted end of year inflation at 11. If I was not mistaken,
yes,
and we've actually gone past what it is that we targeted for ourselves.
We targeted, I think it was about 9%, but I think the central bank had a slightly lower one from what the finance minister had put out. I think the finance minister was probably just being conservative, because if you looked at the trend at which inflation was dropping us at the time,
I think he knew, but he just wanted to.
So
he says he likes to
cautiously optimistic.
Yes, and then he will overachieve,
which is fair. But for me, I think that now the fanfare is over. Inflation is dropping, yes. How is it translating into the realities on the ground in our pockets? And what are the plans to protect these gains? Because we're already beginning to see some marginal depreciation of the cedi, which is raising a bit of eyebrow, because now it's beginning to translate into the cost of fuel. You see fuel prices have gone up. I'm sure you've noticed some of the pumps are selling above 13 Ghana cedis. And those are some of the nitty-gritty. If we are not careful and we don't manage the fundamentals, we will reverse the gains that we've made. And that needs to be looked at.
I think that's a very important point you make, because if there's one thing you can point to and say it has a direct correlation on inflation, it's fuel prices.
Exactly.
It's fuel prices. And so perhaps that's one thing that we should be able to watch out pretty strongly and get a grip over, because we'll celebrate 9% today and then tomorrow.
Let me make this appeal while you go on that tangent. And it's to the trading community. Charlie, we have to be citizens and not spectators. We have to be empathetic and patriotic. I had to buy a car part last year when the dollar was around 14 thereabout. Today the dollar has dropped at least in the mid-12s. And yet you are selling the thing higher than I bought it when it was 14. Explain the economics to me. Let it make sense.
They promised us.
Let it make sense, because whatever the case, cost of living has relatively gone down compared to before. Cost of transportation has come down relatively compared to last year. Cost of fuel is relatively lower than last year. Cost of forex is relatively lower than last. What is your excuse for hiking prices now when you're supposed to be dropped, especially in the spare parts space? Charlie, people, we want to make Ghana better, but if you are going to keep suffocating us, the public, there will be nobody left for you to do business with. Because it doesn't make any economic sense. If things have improved economically, you should stop ripping people off, stop extorting monies from us by selling things at exorbitant prices when you know in all consciousness that you are selling them at higher rates than you were previously. Charlie, cut us some slack, people.
That's very true, and it's one thing that I've looked forward to.
How about your people?
Please, I'm on my own, please. I don't have any people.
He has started his I mean, it's one thing, because when
they are my people and they are selling to me expensive.
When the city did begin to improve, it's one thing I've always looked out for. And I measure it with how much I buy a pack of bottled water. Because when the city began to improve, I began to ask, okay, I buy it for 30 something, the medium pack, 34 cedis. I'm expecting it to drop to say 20, not 20 cedis, 25 to 20. It came down for roughly a month. The next time I was going to buy, they said it's going. I was like,
what changed?
What's changed? Because it's not like from the 10 we were at, we've gone to 16 or anything again. I haven't enjoyed the effect of the cedi appreciation, because you told us we should give you between 1 to 3 months. And then I didn't even enjoy the price reduction for up to a month. And then I'm told, the price has gone up again. It's not us. And the narrative is not us. It's from the people who bring it.
They are part of the problem, actually.
You know,
they are part of the problem.
And so it is something that we have to watch as a people. Generally, we don't like to allow the effect of the true market actually play out. We want it to be just in one direction.
You know, talking about prices of products on the market, you see the water you spoke about, you'll be shocked that the unit price is almost double the price when you buy on a retail point. If you do the math, a lot of the time, so it means that somebody is literally fleecing us, especially from the retail point. Because if a pack costs about 40 cedis,
34,
and has about 12 in it, and you come back and sell one for 4 cedis.
You'll have about 15, if I'm not
15,
mistaken.
and you sell one for 4 cedis. You see how much you're selling it. Like they are milking us. And you see, I am very happy with the developments in the OMC space, the petrol.
The deregulated market.
You see how
all of that.
now relatively prices on the markets are
a bit stable.
Stable. And you see, now because of the open market competition, every oil marketing company is very cautious about increasing their prices. And that is what we want. And I'm hoping that it can translate into other sectors, especially food. The more reasons why I'm very happy about the announcement by the Ministry of Agri on pricing for key commodities, rice, maize, and gari. Mm-hmm. You know, when we have a standard to weigh it by, at least it helps clear the ambiguity.
To check some of the persons who want to just take advantage of the system. Because I've seen, and you're spot on. I saw again Sadiq on Twitter explain the coconut economy, because now Akush one is 10 cedis in some places.
It has gotten there?
Yeah, in some places between 7 and 10 cedis.
And they buy it 1 cedi and 50 pesos from the farmers.
Exactly. So if you work the math, they are better off than the person who decided to go plant the tree, climb it, pluck the coconut and pack it.
But you see, it also highlights the fact that the only way to correct some of these things is to create a viable alternative. That is why I propose that every municipal assembly by now should have a food bank or a food store for the public that sells at slightly above cost price, just enough to keep it in operation for the sake and the interest of the masses. Because you see, if I can do groceries for say 500 cedis for the month from my municipal assembly's provision store, and save about 200 cedis on top as compared to going to the traditional market, I am better off dealing with them. So we have to play an active role by creating a viable alternative. We can't leave it in the hands of the private sector.
Because look, and always I will say this, COVID really exposed how wicked we are as a people.
You know, the price of gari has never reversed. After COVID came, that it went to 30 because gari was like 15 cedis then. It went to over 30, 40 cedis. It never reversed.
I'm being honest, because I saw sanitizers
go from 5 cedis to 100.
Gracious Lord.
Oh, Charlie.
And I've never been able.
Rich men were made during COVID,
and I've never been able to properly. I've never been able to properly recover.
Hey, the face shield guy was another scam. 1,000 face shield. Charlie.
No, but no balance. So by the time I realized the business in the thing, me too, I called my friend to send me some. Then the thing dropped the following day. So I called my friend back and said, Charlie, Steve, this one day we know if you do it.
So let me tell you the backstory behind. So I understand that somebody had actually gone to import the thing, but it wasn't selling. So they created artificial demand by posting around. Somebody, politician is 50,000. Then he used it to sell his own and pull out. Then you that get caught up in the hooks and go and import some. Now yours is stuck with you.
Guys,
it's a whole scam.
Thank you very much for helping us through the news review segment this morning. It's time for us to hear your voice as well in terms of what it is that's happening and the discussions we've been having. But we'll go for a quick spot of commercials. When we return, then we bring you community voices here on 3FM 92.7.
This October, Ghana's altar calls once again. After 7 unforgettable years of testimonies, tears, healing, and worship, the 8th edition of Women in Worship arrives with a divine charge. Celebrating his faithfulness, minstrels from Ghana, Germany, Nigeria, to the United States, Ada Ehi, Rabna, Tommy Favored, Ikyaser Wabunsu, and many more will gather at Perez Dome on October 5th. This isn't just another gospel concert. It's a testimony-centered, purpose-soaked, digitally powered movement curated for women, families, and nations. Grab your tickets now. Regular 100 Ghana cedis, VIP 200 Ghana cedis plus beverage. Grab it online via Ego Tickets or www.eventpaddy.com. Ticketmaster.com. Short code USSD *713 *33 *30#. Or call Ticket Hotline 0248 810 39.
Good morning.
My brother. Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. What about you?
Alhamdulillah. We thank God.
We give praise to God. We give praise to God.
This is Nukrasa.
Nukrasa, let's hear you.
My friend, Johnny.
He's doing well. He's doing well. Nukrasa, today my time is very limited, so punch for me and let's go forward.
Let me say my greatest to Joe Ashama, Martin Jibril, and Honorable Akuga. Like say it, I'm is following. Open it, because here. So, Ubaka Swaha, and rain swear toy, in fact, Oba, the area say, ya, Menuka say, a month for baby quentin come fee, because in Suno Aji, a quemu in our boss. No gata. Open it, say, your best not more coordinator or a wood to senior east. Say, Omra CP, Letra area. No more for money, and the way Uncle Four stores so a warm almost me playing me. A quarter number first ground stores. It is right. Almost no more to one among my. I'm a castle proof no contract and see a friend. A man who yes, I would the Juma warrior, the corner and Nacre and Castle, but how much I move from.
Thank you very much, Nukrasa. He says the rains have not allowed persons be able to move in and out of their homes. Hello, good morning.
Name, how are you, my brother?
I'm doing well, Papa Bisu. I trust that you're well as well.
I'm well. My greetings to Michael Obodu,
Sixtus, and the rest of the gang. Thank you as always for calling.
I met Michael yesterday. So
oh, great. My greetings to
him. All right. See, this DSTV matter, right?
Yeah.
If you look at the way manner, what do you call it? The minority are trying to deceive Ghanaians that. Some judge didn't do anything about it, rather is creating a... Look, to be frank with you, this kind of politics of life, there's a need for us to kick against it. We are tired of this sort of thing. In some packages, you are gaining 40% of it, and the rest, some others 45%. And you are telling Ghanaians that they are, honorable some judge didn't do well. Look, you can't just bring this government down. No way, MPP, no way for you. Now, again, if you look at the CEOs, and like I said, I met Michael Bodu. Look, greetings to the CEO of GMPC. He's doing so well. Same as the Bauer of Goyle, then the Maslow CEO. In fact, the rest of the team, they are really, really helping this government to stand. Then again, the last one. see what is happening against Jakpa's petition. Someone just stood up, Daniel Oforiata also, that they have to, see to it that they sack, the Yuri Kolidi and whatever it is. These are our policies of life. Godfrey Dami, like I said, I want to understand their college. He's my father, junior. We want a clean sheet. Godfrey Dami, the former IAG, Attorney General, he has to be investigated. If found culpable, what I know it is, because you cannot sneak. Look, apart from he coaching Jakpa, there was a letter from the military that he brought to the court. And there's a question mark on that letter.
Right.
In fact, this kind of mafia tactics in the MPP side, we don't want it.
Name, let me allow someone else as well share their views. Thank you very much for calling us as well. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm doing well. What about you?
I'm also fine. This is Frederick from Angola in the Volta region.
Fantastic. Let's hear from you.
My brother, what Sam George did, he told us he wanted to tell DSTV to reduce the price of DSTV. So if they fail to do that, he's going to sanction them. That's what he told us. But what he did is Sam George didn't do anything. The people are just on their usual promotion. That is what they do every year. I'm a subscriber to DSTV and GoTV. They do that promotion every year.
They apologize too. They say it was a miscommunication.
That he decided to use this one to come and throw dust into the eyes of Ghanaians. That is what he did. So let the truth be told. Sam George never worked on anything. The price still remains and they are still increasing it. That is a fact. So with the bonus and annual promotion, it's not coming from Sam George. It's just a prank. My brother, to talk about, one of your guys was saying that he went to buy items in the market or, spare parts. The price even increased more than. Why the price will not increase? My brother, Jeep Compass that are clear last year, 2017, the duty was 62,000 Ghana cedis. But I cleared the same Jeep last 3 weeks. Jeep Compass, it was 89,000 Ghana cedis. Now, do they talk about the freight? Is that the freight is coming down or not? Important things is not only about Ghana. It's about outside there. Now to talk about the dollar. The dollars I'm talking to you, my IDF at the bank, Public Bank, is still pending. Where I am waiting for them to transfer the money to my business partners. They said it will take 3 weeks. Why previously it takes a day or two. Then they do the transfer. They said there's no dollar at the bank. Even before now, when the dollar is not 13 cedi, the government claims it's 10 cedi. Those days at Abochi is 13 cedi that we'll be getting it. You see, these are the tactics the government is using. So this lies and deceit propaganda that they are still in government using is destroying our businesses. That is a fact. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you as well for calling from Angloga. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you.
This is Bryce calling from
Bryce from Abosokai. Bryce, let's hear you quickly.
May God continue to guide you and protect you.
Amen.
Let me use this opportunity to greet Honorable Alaji Okondo at the castle, and Honorable Alaji Ravo, and Honorable Peter T, and Honorable Karik McAfee in TDC. Unim, MPP for Ukraine or Monka. Ni Abosokai na mewo. Ena tema port yeko o eko yini amade bia. Yeko tema porta. Former taxes are now abandoned and the good near Masono. Ya kesa taxes ni neflo. Amount for a year munyama. Ni problem me wo ewa abuso kan ni say. Eye politics ena omo ye ewa abuso kan. Because say abuso kan for say omo ntimi ntimi so enfa mako so me say abuso kan ebeto spare pasa. Na abro ena omo ye. Because we should $1 here about from Edima Ghana for almost share Ghana for say, yeah, more 3 months, no more 5, but 3 months no, enjoy more. And $10 no, and I cost Rocacrano, on bet 2 million as on the end day. Maybe so, drinks are, yeah, well, my will. Any, sure, no, Eddie Fiamano in the Ebana. No matter from, I didn't drink any water no. omuntimi ntiso efa magana for enti yankasa chimamufo no ye kan bi na edi o man we abro and enuama enkoye nuama ye se omutimi tiso no omuntiso anka nso se yanka ye se timi tiso na eba fon ba sela ye ti ye ton so for city any 5 city anything ye se eba ni sa
right. Thank you as well for calling. Bride called us from Abosokan. You can do same. 055-924-2717, 055-691-0154. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my brother.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you're calling us from? You sound...
This is Pastor.
This is
Pastor Odewale.
Oh, Pastor Odewale, exactly. Let's hear from you.
Thank you very much. I'm in the rain. I'm just coming from my 7 police depot. On this behalf, let me say, on behalf of my family, myself, let me say a happy thank you to Madam Vera Caesar and her family, the grandchildren, for the beautiful hamper that was given to me on her 80th birthday yesterday. And this woman is nobody than the premise of our Constitution, 1992, who has been unopposed. Yes.
You mentioned you spoke about her. Yes.
Yes. In fact, and I'll be happy this day if we can connect her, because she has done a human job, a retired occasionalist who went into bakery in the revolutionary days to help the deprived ones in the community, which Papa G and the wife, the current the former first lady, used to visit at Adan and Incliffe. When it comes to Adan Sek, she was the first 3 females who were the pioneers that started the school. She told me they were sleeping on a bare floor in the name of dormitory. They were discouraged to go and marry because schooling and marriage, there is no, in fact, it shouldn't have, but she defied all these odds. She's around, and one of these days I'll connect. My brother, quick one. Last week I complained about the price of plantain, roasted one, 5 cities, 7 cities. Yesterday I went on. It have come down. Now one is going, the 5 is now 4 cities, 3 for 10 cities. Which yesterday I bought one. I ate. In fact, I love roasted plantain a lot with granules. And my brother, there's one thing that disturbed me the whole night. You know one thing. Our rotational nurses, politicians should be frank to us. Why should I be professionally trained and go on national service? It was not done. Fine, it have come to stay. Then pay them the allowance. 2 years ago, in fact, it became a daily complaint on this network by myself. They were not paid. You know, the one who completed last 10 weeks, they were not paid. Even the current one for 5 months now, they have not been paid. I'm telling you. Yesterday, I met a rotational nurse. I went. And she bought the car every day. She's still under the parents' care. Why? You wanted to move into prostitution, which is a social vice. Or what must she do? Or in the name of serving Mother Ghana.
Right.
Have a blessed morning.
Thank you very much, Pastor Adewale, as well for calling. 055-924-2717. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mawuena.
Let's hear you.
My name is Ullo.
Common sense. Yes, sir.
A very big morning to Alaji Akondo, encourage McAfee in Nabako. Mawuena, Transport Minister Joseph Bokri Napa and Railway Ministry.
Nikpe. The name is Nikpe.
Nikpe. Yesterday, I believe there was a low-key launch of or trial of our rain, 1 coaches or so, from Tema to Ashiama. And I heard on the feet there will be mass. I beg of them, they should supervise the road well. We don't want to hear any calamities on the road again. I beg of them. But when I talk about prices, I don't know why we are fighting our minister, Sam George. So is it good for our ministers to wake up and fight on our behalf, or they should just sit aloof? Because to me, like the way inflation is dropping, the way like Bright said it, I believe by now we have to see some action from this trade minister. You know, they have to fight for us. Now it looks like how they are trying to fight for us, we are now fighting them. My question is, what Sam George is doing, is it wrong or good? So if the minister is trying to do all his best for we, the citizens, to have maybe a good deal, now we are fighting him like he's not doing anything what he's doing. So it will let most of the ministers stay aloof, because it looks like we are not ready for them to help us.
Right.
You cannot just wake up and have it like that. So I beg of we, the citizens, and about our this rate, that more coordinators have to wake up. The assemblies is not good at all.
Thank you very much. That's Abolo calling us from Pokwasi. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mawuena. This is Mr. Lincoln.
Mr. Lincoln, I trust that you're well. Let's hear you briefly because Bill is here already. He wants to suck me.
Thank you. Yes, good morning to the Deputy Finance Minister, Honorable Thomas Nyanko, MP for Sojaman, and Greater Accra Minister, Honorable Linda Oklu. Yes, President Mahama and the NDC inherited dilapidated economy. Today, I can tell you that if you have 50 Ghana, you can get 5 kilo rice and buy. How much is fuel today? How much is the liter of fuel today? President Akufo-Addo came 8 years and squeezed our blood. And every Ghanaian are aware. Today, the economic freedom we have, we never enjoy any under President Akufo-Addo for 8 good years. So what is the MPP talking about? I always say that if you are an MPP and you are telling us that today Ghana is difficult or Ghana is harder than your regime, when you get to the gas station, you want to buy gas, buy it at Akufo-Addo time. The time that the price was escalating. Tell them that the country is difficult, so you want it at that rate. When you get to the pump and you want to buy fuel, tell them they should sell it for you at Akufo-Addo price. Anything you want to buy. Because these people, I always tell you that, look, the only problem we have is the Dankwa-Buzia tradition.
All right, Mr. Lincoln, thank you very much for calling. Hello, good morning. Let's hear you.
Good morning. My name is Daniel Ashiti. I'm calling from Amomole.
Daniel, let's hear you quickly as well.
This morning, let me say a very good morning to my MC, Honorable Akweti-Agbo, and my constituency chairman, Aziz Aitiayi. I'm pleading to my government to remember my chairman, Aziz Aitiayi, for the good work he has done for the NDC. This morning, I'll beg the finance minister and then the health minister that our brothers and sisters who were posted, the 2020 batch, who were posted last year, they have worked for 9 to 10 months and they have not received PIN. We are begging the finance minister and the health minister that they should do something about it. We beg them, we really beg them that they should attend to the nurses who have worked for 10 months and have not received a PIN. And I'll end by saying that we are begging all NDC appointees, ministers, MCs, MDs, that yes, we know they are busy schedules, but out of their busy schedules, they have to make time to always visit the grounds, to see that if things are going well, because it seems like people want to have their way to start increasing foodstuffs in the market. Things are a bit changing. We beg them that they shouldn't sit at office alone. They should also go to the grounds and make sure that the measures they are putting in place, is it working at the grounds?
Right.
My brother, have a good day.
Thank you very much, Daniel, for calling. Hello, good morning.
Fine morning.
Yes, sir. If you could reduce the volume of your radio set, for me, just please.
Okay.
We don't get feedback. Let's hear you.
Okay, thank you. Greeting for Chairman Joe and all the communication supporters. Then Honorable Pokwe, MC, then Honorable Fifi Kuti. When you be, Mr. Repa, I'm pretty sure. Sisi Amenukasano, Brigade Wonungwa. Mr. Tokobi Dao, Wakani Fifno, Omo Mukwe from Kama, and in Yakekawa Shama, or Mukwakra. Traffic are broken a serious. It's me say, assembly ne ewo machines ne ewo whether lojokuku or krowo say some machines ne ewo omo fa grader no and grade kwado sunanya smooth kakama drivers ni say no be ya omo mu kwa adwuma be ya ntem akwa adwuma na
traffic and one too much. So too much here. Secondly, so I did be said. Ghana phone a binum no more question police for a no more the year at Chicago. I give you a baby slam on my own 15 and year. Now, Obi Obesha police at Tare, the Baya, Nyamabia, Robin, Yamabeno, young Jelly about 30 years. When you say, give him a fufu, a facial, yes, kid personnel for Omunya, Eduma, Papa, Emo, Mano, and say, Omu, yeah, Duma, Ebinu, yeah, Duma, at Ebinu, yeah. Yellow. There's a big question mark.
Right. Ni Inungwa, thank you very much as well. He raises concerns about Nungwa Brigade. Huge vehicular traffic there as a result of the bad nature of the road. Is urging if the municipal assembly, either Lejokuku or Krowo, can intervene and ease the traffic congestion by leveling the rough patches of the road for them. And that's one of the reasons why we opened the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mawuena and Sixtus.
Yes, sir. Eben in Kwabenya. I'm fantastic. What about you?
Oh, not bad at all.
Let's hear from you quickly, Eben.
The weather.
Yeah, the weather is great, Eben. Let's hear from you.
Yeah. Anyway, let me say good morning to Honorable Appiah-Ampofo, the minister who is really forced, and also TDC boss Courage McAfee for the young man job. You see, it's sad in this country that whenever the city appreciates and the dollar is, nowhere to be found. People don't want to reduce their prices. But whenever they see that dollar appreciates a bit, they want to take advantage of the city, which is bad. But we won't call ourselves Christians. Is it good at all, Mawuena? Why are we doing this to ourselves? It's really sad. Also, I'm concluding with this. See, some of the chief executives, their behavior is very bad. We are telling them, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama promised what? The branch executive, that whenever it comes to power, he will reward them. We are still waiting. We are the grassroots. We did all the young man job. Some of the chief executives, when you go to them, they tell you they are not doing NDC things. Forgetting that when you read what? Galatians chapter 6, verse 7 to 9. He said what? Do good unto all men, especially those that are in the house of faith. You, the chief executive, the NDC grassroots is your brother. He works for you to be appointed. Should Nanado Baumia win, do you think you'll be appointed as the chief executive? We are telling you, change your attitude. The Bible says, remember those that you are of the same faith. NDC man is your brother, more than the MPP. They said, do good to all men, especially those are your family members.
Eben, thank you. Thank you.
And stop saying that what you are not doing NDC things. When NDC lose power, you will not be at that position. Have a good morning.
Thank you very much, Eben in Kwabenya as well calling. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir.
My name is Ike Lord, calling from Katamanso.
Ike Lord, it's been a while you called. Let's hear from you quickly.
Oh, okay. If I show Mame for Akunya Winchia, Katamanso MC, or now with TK Morton. Oh, yeah, MC be our born homo dimpa, Eduma or yard de papa. And now so could break it down, I be sure modern a building health insurance. Or ya de pa mention baby or be no rambo kupuku. Share me pese matem here me no penny say so be once ya chi so da home yin bi o Christia ye so mo call money site bi. Ye nim so me police soldier for ankasa na so me soldier for ankasa ba o mo ko hwehwem no ye hu be dia no kra ne da. Last week ya madam for police ni ba ko wo jenu ha say o chi ma bi o she police atade a only police ni. Some say our court case and Timin can win your maybe. And this police funny, soldier for no more muno, papa no or more share a teacher sound crop for no, see a bomb mabaso. Let's show moon crown on the year, Jumano said, and so we Jumano. Or man, can you call USE? So, acquire no, not and maybe nay, here they all will be moved by my maybe more Kazaka here. But, oh, man, penionim, they are you. Now, can you US for visa issue. But on which side they buy or G2 Musa by for no one. Once visa issues near year from us up 15% in a die or Trump the after years or no, and also move a year for you. Well, and yet I'm more penny when you're my penny idea more than empire Boba Tenchi.
Thank you very much, Claude. I'm just going to take a final caller, then I can make way for sports in 4 minutes. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mawuena.
Yes, sir. Let's hear from you quickly.
Yes, Mawuena, when you look at the communique issue by DSTV, it means that they are denying Sam George completely, and they are calling Sam George a liar.
They've issued an apology, a subsequent one.
Really? Which means that what Sam just said stands.
Yes, that's what it means.
Okay. I thought what he said that. So
there was a frequently asked questions which suggested that the downgrade, the entire package, the value offering was a promo, but they subsequently issued a statement saying that they apologize for whatever miscommunication, the frequently asked questions may have caused, and that they are in agreement with the minister, and it will be reviewed in December.
Oh, okay. If it means that what I just said was true, then that's it. Right. I just wanted to comment on that. All right. Have a nice day.
Thank you as well for calling. So let me do one final caller. Billy Shen is here. Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
By God's grace, what about you? Sammy, I'm from. Let's hear you quickly.
Ghana card. Oh, I call you a big G 300, a big G5, a big G1,000, as an ayamo. Not by fire. They say for you. That's when it is so big, Wabana Abaso. They say, yeah, and you have and I can't in Ampu, they free. And I'm the number being so cacao. The red being so cacao and so called and say free. That's what maintains of being Boaban Papaso.
Thank you very much, Samit, for calling as well. That'll be all for the calls this morning as we make way for the latest from the world of sports with Billy Shen. Alhaji Kefrim Pong with Chen Chen Bie Dimiwu. I'll have to bring this one back after sports with Billy Shen.